Yo.
Boom, shakalaka.
Oh, Big Daddy.
Oh,
Big
my
Daddy's
God.
over in the corner. We got Boost and Bullshit up in the top left. We got it all going on here
He
tonight.
looks like he's in a rest home. Where's he at?
I feel like I'm in one.
Who? Your daddy?
Yeah.
Oh, he's at a beach house.
I
He's
know
at the
where he's
beach
at.
house.
Tell it, baby.
Yeah.
Who turned the computer on for you, Bob?
My wife.
It was a 30-minute ordeal. It was a 30-minute ordeal.
30-minute ordeal. He got on here.
Guys, I'm gone.
I'm at a 50th birthday party.
15. Episode 15. The Boost and
15
Bullshit.
Bullshit. We made it 15. We're going to make it to 20 before it's over with, I bet you.
I believe so. Unless you get banned or some shit from keep talking all that shit you've been talking on.
I know.
Oh,
I know,
boy.
I know. Yep. So
Yes,
try
sir.
not to get in trouble this time.
Yeah. Don't get in trouble. No. We don't need that.
Got to
So-
keep the peace. But we brought Bob on, so I'm sure it won't be much peace on this show.
Oh, you know me. I got something in the back of my mind.
Oh, I'm quite certain I can feel the pressure already.
That's Big Daddy right there.
We hadn't. Hey, look, we didn't even talk all day, so we got something to talk about tonight.
That's why we got banned from the green room. They afraid we was going to talk about it all before we got on the show.
I believe.
I want to know where King is at. King, what room
Where
are
you
you
at,
in?
King? Yeah.
I'm upstairs, man. This is my podcast room. I ain't got all my pictures
Upstairs?
and nothing up yet. Yeah, I'm in above the garage, dude. I put all my stuff up here.
You look like Keith
Wow.
Haney, like you shrunk a little bit. You're a little shorter on this
Come
one.
on,
You need to move
man.
the camera down.
I
You
am
look
short, but
different with no
do
glasses on.
I do get to look down at Keith though, so I am short though.
Did you guys sober up after yesterday?
Yeah, it was a rough one. That was a rough one.
You won.
Johnny
How
and
was
I,
it, bro?
Johnny and I hauled ass back home, back to Buffalo last
Oh,
night.
yeah.
We got home about 12:30 a.m. Yeah.
Really?
They stuck around for a few hours afterwards. You guys, we celebrated for a bit. I mean, the race was done pretty early, right? So,
Yeah.
I think I was in the motorhome by 9:10.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I talked to you about 7:38. You was sounding good.
Well, I was celebrating, man. I was celebrating.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Mr. King. They don't call you the king for no reason.
Oh man, I appreciate it. That's a big win. Yellowbullet's a big race for us. You know, that's Gene's favorite race. So to win that one's pretty big for us because it just not just the race, right? Gene puts a lot of stuff. How many t-shirts you guys blow through that new cannon he bought?
At least 1,000.
He was blowing t-shirts through the stands. I don't know who he hurt. He was knocking people over with.
They said it on the
PSI.
PA. I was watching the live feed, and they were saying that he was knocking kids off the top of the stands.
He was shooting some stuff. That is one big ass cannon, dude. And he give away shirts. We give away, I don't know, 2,000 Savage beat sticks. They was beating people up in the stands with them sticks, and it was pretty cool. And Gene does it for that kids thing. You know, him and Fletcher spend some money, and Monty does a big kids thing on Sunday. There, like Sunday morning, 11, big giveaway, and the amount of toys and stuff that is given away there is pretty big. But there's also a drag race goes on. So
there is, and everybody ran really good. The air was super good. You said the track was as good as you'd ever seen.
It's Jimmy's track prep, and I'm not taking nothing away from any racetrack in the entire country or any track prep guy, but when you go there, you got to change the setup of the car. It's so good.
Okay. So, I mean everybody said Jimmy Taylor did an awesome job with that new turbo car. Looks like him and Carl kind of got that thing ironed out.
Yeah.
Jimmy Taylor, man, that dude was rocking it from when he come off the trailer. That thing was rocking, even in testing.
You know, that car looks kind of familiar too, doesn't it?
Looks kind of like that blue thing, flat hood you guys got. Kind of sounds different though when he puts it in the beams.
I know. I hear you.
That thing's got some popcorn going on when he pulls in there, man. Definitely got some popcorn, but that thing was making some tracks. 223. I mean, phew. I was waiting in the final. I didn't know he shook, and from the 330 down when the front end set down, I'm not gonna lie, I was looking in the right lane. I said, "Oh, here he comes. I know he's gonna be coming any moment."
You two had the most consistent car, I would say.
We did, even in testing. We ran well. Testing, come in Thursday, John must have slept on some stuff, and he come back Thursday, and I think it was Thursday morning or Friday morning when he rolled in there at 8:00. He's like, "Get the car out. We got a problem." I'm like, holy, we tested good. What do you mean? And he's like, "We got a problem." And Johnny had something. He had a brainstorm, and whatever he did worked because it hauled ass. So
me and you talked earlier that day, and you weren't where you thought you needed to be. And I said, man, something in the back half's just missing.
Right. It was just a few small minor things, and Johnny brainstormed, and that's what them guys do. They race, and he give us a bad hot rod after that. And that thing was on point. I mean, we got luck. I can't say we didn't have a little luck because round 2 we had a bye and
shook. Yeah.
And we shook. But we had put a motor in, so there was a couple small things that sometimes get overlooked. And we go out there and shake, and we come back and we got that thing figured out, and it goes out there and breaks the rear. Break a ring and pinion, and the boys thrash. Holy cow! Chad's underneath there. Did you get knocked out, Chad? He was underneath there laying on the ground.
Yeah, I removed a bolt. I don't know what bolt it was, and then next thing you know, I heard his ping, and the rear end tipped forward, and the 4-link bar, bam, knocked me out. I was laid out for a couple seconds, and
no way.
Melanie Miller gives me a bag of ice. I put ice on my head, and I was like, all right, I gotta go back out there. So
we grabbed him by his feet and drug him out the way and kept on working.
It could have been too big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did he dent the 4-link bar? That's what I want to know.
I had to put it. Jeff had to put a new 4-link bar, and it was a little dented in. But you know what? We thrashed. A lot of people don't. Even Jimmy Taylor's crew was up till 4 a.m. on Saturday night. 4 a.m. They had that thing tore apart. I mean, I don't know what all he broke up, but those guys thrashed. I mean, we got done at 2 a.m, something like that.
Yeah.
We rolled the
the Deckers.
Yeah, the Deckers, they had a.
Oh man,
they did.
They was banging some blowers and different things, and the air was just so good. And what was it? I can't even remember the correction. 102,
101, something like that.
Hey, Steve. Hey, Steve. You see none of the flat hoods like Jason Harris and Weatherford didn't show up because we know what they'll run. Probably 49, 50.
Well,
we
know that conversation's coming. Bob's sitting over just chomping at the bit about that situation. I know that. I can tell. I can see the look in that man's face. He's chomping at the bit, but we really, really know what you guys would have did there. And you might not even put a set of plugs in all weekend.
You never know. We have our theories. We had our theories about what we could run, and it's a great race. It's just not in my cards to go. Like I say, it's the last weekend. The kids started school. We got a lot of hard racing. I've been racing hard for a month, and believe me, Pops wanted to go. I can promise you that.
Well, they got an invitation race coming up October 19th.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yep.
Ain't nothing would suit me better to come up there and kick your ass, Steve.
That's what I'm talking about. I'll have to see if I can talk to Jimmy to get you an invite because you got to be invited for that.
He invited us last year, but I think we had some. I'm not sure what happened, but I think we had Virginia the finals or something the weekend after. But you don't think that race kind of sets the bar a little too high because you're never going to see air or track that good?
I agree. And, actually Wes and Mike was there kind of doing, I guess, their homework for the Winter Series stuff, looking at the cars and packages that were running. And look at Chad. What the hell y'all got going on there, Chad?
Chad, what in the world?
If he's looking at rules for Winter Series, he's going to get some weight then on it.
Well, I think that's what Mike and them was there doing. They was checking things out, and I'm just not sure you'll see that type of air there or the track conditions. Not that Bradenton is any worse than any other track. I mean, they're obviously Wade does a great job down there, but for whatever reason at Cecil this time of year with what Jimmy does up there, I mean, you
had radio cars. You had radio cars.
Yes.
And I think once they spray for the radio cars and then they drag it off, I think that makes a great base layer. Like you said, the track was just absolutely stellar. So it's hard for us. It was hard for you guys. You stick the tire.
Yep. And it's so good. It's almost too good. So you have to make a lot of adjustments to the car for that. And we know Bob chomping at the bit, say he's going to put the Harts Charger on for this next race and go out there and go.
What kind of hat Jason got on?
He got the pro. Oh, you going to be running the Pro Charger? Is that what you're telling me?
I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything. The Harts Charger seems to be up front right now, but I think we made strides at Bristol, just like we said. I think that Pro Charger's done a great job in 2 weeks trying to get everybody back going. Dustin Hart's done a great job over the last 4 years. I mean, you got a little competition. You boys are going to get there eventually because somebody's going to come out with another screw blower, because it's been the same since 1960. So
right,
hadn't much changed.
We agree that the market, they've had the market cornered for a bit, and I mean they do make great power. They don't make 60 psi like you guys do, but they do well. And I don't want to be the rules man. I mean Jimmy and Mike and even Westbuck was there, and they was talking about it. I mean I don't want to be a part of that. I mean I can sit on the outside.
John Sears is on here watching.
John Sears is on here watching. I mean, obviously the turbo rules. I don't know what the rules were there. I tried to look and see. You said they were same as PDRA, right?
I think Jimmy weighed 2,700. I think.
Well, that ain't enough.
Jimmy Taylor.
I think Jimmy did say he was 2,700 pounds. I think he had 88s.
He did have 88s.
I think he had 88s.
So. Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure. I can't speak for Jimmy, but he. Whatever he's got is badass.
Sears is on here. Sears put in the comments whether the 88s or 98s. So, I mean, either way, I think you look at that combo. That's a fast combo, but the problem with that combo is it's very inconsistent based off weather change. And I think your track stayed consistent because there was 12 hours between rounds on first.
Yeah. Same as World Series. So
88. I hope Jay Cox leaves his on there.
Right. I got to give Jimmy and Carl, some serious credit. Jimmy says he needs 50-pound weight break.
Yeah. You gonna get it? Don't worry.
50 pounds. He ain't gonna like where he gets it.
Those guys Wednesday, and as a racer, we watched and pay attention to other cars just like you guys do. They didn't abort one run. The only aborted run he had was in the finals.
Yep.
All week. So that they're badass. That car is badass. It's going to make some serious noise.
Carl put some rear steering. I think it was going left on him a couple of test runs I saw, and then they came back and it looked like it was going a lot straighter. But I mean, overall, both of you had the car to beat. I mean, if you look at consistency and cars going down, Halsley, he made that glory. I'm not going to say glory run. He made a great run, and it was awesome during testing. But this just couldn't get back there. He tried. He went a 58. Looked like he kind of let it off a little bit early. The mile an hour wasn't there. But, I mean, unfortunately for Jimmy, I know that's not his first time out with a car, but his first competition time out with the car, and they really struggled with getting it there. He did not look happy when he lost because he made the short exit.
Yep. Well, Jimmy's not happy if he loses. We all know that, and he's in it to win it. If he's there to race, he's there to win. And it's a new.
He was very busy. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I give props to him, man. I mean, he's working on that car, racing the car, and then he's over there doing track prep and making sure everybody's all right. And I mean, it's a lot going on at that race.
He was in front of me on that. Was it the night session or whatever, the E2 or whatever, and there was an oil down, and he come right out the car, run down, got on the scrubber, and down the track he went, and then had to come back and jump in the car. So it's hard to do both. That's a hard deal to run the race, run the racetrack, and run your race car.
Yeah, but I mean, he does a good job at it. They work at it. They got good crew there, from what I could see. If the Deckers hadn't had as many oil downs as they did, I think they would have been a lot better shape. They had one little incident with a radio car, and then Chuck Olsh ran good, and then it looked like it moved right on him, E1, and scraped a wall. But from what I saw, every single car that went down the racetrack pretty much had a good handle on their car. Now, they may not have been as fast as some of the faster guys, but they did a great job. Most of the cars went down. Jimmy almost messed up against
Andy
Jensen, sorry. Woo. Andy Jensen. I thought, oh my God, here we go again. Andy's going to win it again.
Yep. Andy likes that track. He was last year's winner and Kevin McCurdy's been helping him some over there, and they've been making some strides. Kevin, I think they was having an electrical problem. Kevin told me that it was going out there shutting off. It was running pretty good early. They need some runs on it, but it was running good, and I think it just had some electrical problems the way Kevin talked.
Yeah, if it hadn't shut off, Jimmy wouldn't have been in the finals.
Yep.
We're going to have to come up with a better name for Jimmy. We're going to have to call him JT or something, because we get Jimmy Halsley, Jimmy Taylor. So.
Yep. Those guys, they worked. I thought they was up there like the damn Pro Charge guys up there, drinking tea and
I bet
stuff. But I did when we rolled through there at 2:00 in the morning, dude. They had parts scattered everywhere on that thing.
It's hard to tell when a turbo burns a piston because they smoke about every time because, I guess oil back feed through the turbo seals, but it's just hard to see.
Yeah, I don't know what he had. I didn't even look. I didn't stop. I was tired. I went to bed, and I just know they were still working. And at 4:00, I heard the popcorn popping. So they started up like 4 a.m.
So what's your thoughts, Pops? What did you think about Yellowbullet?
I thought it was good. It was the track was really good. I don't know if you'll see it air again. I hope Steve thinks that air is like that at Galot in 2 weeks, personally. But I think overall it went good. It's a long time between rounds. I mean, yes, y'all are used to that because you run Yellowbullet, and he's got so many classes, and it is nice to see the pro mods get to run in good air. They run it in the morning and run it later on at night. I mean, that's what we want in PDRA. We complain about it a lot, but at the end of the day, it does make you sit a long time, but you can't have your cake eat it too. So I think overall for the show and for the guys that come out want to see how fast they can go, it's probably a good way to do it.
Yeah, it was good. And there was a lot of talk about that same situation, a lot of talk from the racers to Monty and, Jimmy and all that about possibly adding another run in the middle of the day, like say 2:00, just to break up the day for all the spectators that come in at say 11, 12 o'clock and didn't see us run at 9:30. And then at 5 o'clock, they're bored, they leave. Not that Yellowbullet's boring, but your diehard fan's going to be sitting in those stands regardless.
4 or 5 hours is about all you're going to catch somebody most of the time. Your average spectator, he comes in, pays in 4 or 5 hours, maybe 6 hours sometime. But other than that, I don't care how much they love it. They just get tired.
Yep. And us as racers, I mean, we know what it is. I've been to Yellowbullet a lot, so I'm used to it. But I look for Monty and Jimmy to make a change there, to throw an extra round in there just to for the spectators that are coming in, paying that money coming through that gate.
I think the greatest thing about the downtime, as you can see it, Steve, we all went over there and interacted with the spectators and throwing T-shirts, and it was just great for us.
Why don't we do that at PDRA races? Why do we just do it there?
We're gonna do it at PDRA.
Okay, I figure I'm gonna get beat up by a Savage stick.
You're gonna get Gene's he's turned up. He's putting flamethrowers on the side of it now, so we're gonna blow flames out. We're gonna do all kinds of stuff.
And I'm bad about it.
Actually, the sticks, the new sticks is gonna have flat hood on it.
Well, they'll be fast then.
We'll beat people up with them.
Wound up now.
Listen, I'm bad about it too, because I think we get wrapped up in the racing part of it. And if you got a smaller crew like I do, it's, you get tied up in the pitch and you don't get to do a lot of spectator PR. And I think that's something that all of us as racers need to work. If we go going to Galot with a 2-race deal coming in, we're gonna have a lot of spectators. Everybody's talking about it locally here. I mean, that's all they've talked about. And so coming into Galot now, will it be as big as 131? No, it probably won't. I mean, that's something. I handed out koozies last year, and I had a lot of those Southern Diamond koozies and World Champion koozies at the end of I need to get rid of them, like boxes and boxes of them. So I wanted to get rid of them. And I mean, guys, people were just attacking me over these koozies. So that's a good idea. And kudos to Gene for doing that and showing that, and Jimmy and them for
Jimmy jumped in. Keith Haney jumped in. They was all over there throwing stuff out, and it was good for the spectators.
Keith's same size as those kids, so
he get right in.
He did. He was up in the stands. He was really hyping it up. I got to give him that credit for that. Him and Gene, they was firing T-shirts off. I think Keith got just as much fun out of that as Gene did.
The greatest thing too is I know, we watch a lot of that no time stuff, but I tell you what, standing on the starting line before anyone does their burnout and you see all those spectators just standing there, I think that's so badass doing that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's a little dangerous having people on the starting line, but outside of that and looking in the grandstands and see people standing against the fence and just cheering you on, they don't even know you and they're cheering you on. We run that 53 and then that 54. There's people I never even met before. They was like, man, good job. You're our favorite driver, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's so cool to do that. And we need that more. We need that more to hype up the drivers. And it's like, it's so cool to do that. So cool to do that.
Let me tell you. Look on the promoter side of this. Jimmy does a good job, but that's 16th year he's had that, and he knows exactly how to cultivate his crowd, get them there, and that's important. He does a great job getting the people in the stands. The community is behind him. You can tell that, and that's the problem that PDRA's got, and I was part of that problem because I ran it for 5 years. It's hard to go to 8 races in different areas and get the crowd he had at Yellowbullet, because he's cultivated that crowd no different than I cultivated the big dog crowd at Piedmont. You do that year in and year out, and you can really have a nice crowd, and he does a great job, or his staff does. PDRA is a little tougher. Everybody says, well, why don't they put people in the stands? I've said it 100 times, but I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to get them there. Yeah. Just like the deal at US 131. People were in the stands because they had that night of fire with the nostalgia. They've been doing it for years and years and years. Anything that's repetitious that people enjoy doing, they go to it. So how do we take a traveling circus, is what I've always called it, and go to different tracks in the United States and get a crowd like that? Unless the track operator who owns that track gets and promotes it for you and helps you, it's hard to do it. We give away in 2014 and 15, I believe it was, we give away like 20, 30, 40,000. We printed 100,000 tickets and give them away and still couldn't get that kind of crowd because we're a traveling show. And it's just hard to get that home-based crowd like they've got there at Yellowbullet. And I had the same thing at Piedmont, and I'm sure there's other tracks do the same way.
Yep. There's a multitude of races that draw that type of. Yellowbullet's one of them. The big dog obviously is big. Just say big dog, that all the people just draw to it. World Cup at Budds Creek. There's just a multitude of races that draw the Winter Series. I mean, when you say World Series of Pro Mod, bang, everybody is there because it has grown into being the outlaw. I call it the outlaw race.
Well, Ducks race is the same way.
Yeah,
Duck does it too.
They don't have so many of those races a year too.
Correct.
Like Vic does a great job down there in the winter, but he's only got to do 3 of those events, and those spectators are waiting for those events. It's not like trying to have one every month in a different state.
Yes.
So how do we fix it?
I don't really know. We went to the IHRA race and there was people in the stands, but I don't know how many I'm paid and how many got in free. But even if you get in free, you still get people in the stands. Makes it look good. It really helps. It helps the racers.
Well, it helps the sponsors too. It keeps a lot of people happy because even if they did get in free, and I know a lot of the racetracks don't want to do it because then there are other races that they have to pay for, kind of makes it look bad. That was a lot of it given away free, but it makes it look good for Gene Pilot because Gene Pilot knows that there's going to be 10,000 people watching Steve go down a racetrack. It's going to be good for me for Southern Diamond and these guys that look and they want to be on the side of the car, so it helps us as racers. But it's still hard to go into areas. Bristol will always suffer because it's not a nitro area. If you go into a nitro area, you're going to suffer. It's bottom line. Because once you see nitro, you don't want to see it.
Yep. I agree.
Even though we're better than nitro in my eyes. I mean, we're the baddest racers on the planet. I mean, I tried to watch the NHRA, the U.S. Nationals today, and look, I get it. That's the biggest race of the year for these guys, and they did a great job of promoting it and doing it great. But it's still, they didn't have a packed house for Indy from what I saw, some pictures.
Yep. So, Jimmy Taylor, you throw some shirts in there, Jimmy. We appreciate it. But yeah, I agree. I think Pro Mod racing is, as far as a fan, those cars are not straight, but the nitro does have the thunder, that the nitro brings.
What we ought to do is we ought to get each race, there ought to be one team in every class all the way back, and then that team will be their race for that weekend, and they're in charge of promotion for that weekend. You know, whether it be like Benson's, Jay Cox's area, or my area, or wherever it is, and we need to be in charge of social media for PDRA on that weekend, trying to push it, or work with PDRA on that side and try to push it and give away bang sticks. I know, I mean, it costs money, but in the long run, I mean, what do those bang sticks cost a piece? Y'all have any idea?
Probably 10 cents, maybe a piece.
Yeah, 10 cents each. You know, who knows? I mean, Gene orders them by the case, but he just to see all those kids up there, and that's what it takes because that's the future of our sport. And if you'd have seen those kids beating the hell out of each other, I mean, literally, Gene laughed. He sat there and laughed when they was doing the kids giveaway on Sunday, and we took 4 more bags of them over there and just did here. They was all the way around our trailer beating the hell out of each other. It was funny.
Hey, back in 2014, the first year we started PDRA was at Rockingham, and we bought about, I don't know, let's say 500 Frisbees because they're cheap.
Yeah, I still got some.
Had the PDRA name on it and all. And they had an oil down, and we had people out throwing Frisbees in the stands and all. And these people were killing each other. Well, at that time, Roger Henson was one of the owners with Tommy and Jason Scruggs. Anyway, they were killing each other for them Frisbees. And he said, Bob, why all those people fight for them Frisbees? I said, well, some of them Frisbees got $100 bill taped on the back of them.
Yes.
He said, you don't say. He said, where'd you get the money to do that? I said, from you. He didn't know it come right out the gate. But I'm telling you, when you tell them people it might be $100, they will kill for $100 on a Frisbee.
They was even flipping. I mean, we shot that stuff up over through the stands with that gun, and they was going crazy over that stuff.
I heard Gene put one through the stands.
Those people started pointing in the air and said, you need to shoot it up, not through.
He's trying to snipe them.
Well, he was
we probably had it up to like 180 PSI, and you see that bottle getting ice cold, and I was like, this ain't going to be good.
You had to start double loading it, didn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. But I think, honestly, just like Jimmy Taylor said on the comments, we have to interact with the kids more, with the PDRA or whatever organization, because Steve, you've seen it at our trailer. They set up that booth and did all those giveaways for those kids. They had cornhole tournament for the kids, and it doesn't matter if the kid loses, that kid got something. And the parents were so excited about that. So we have to interact with more with the kids more at all these races. I think more spectators will do more for the kids. I really think so.
This young man here was taking a beating right here. He was getting it.
He was fixing to get his butt wore out. I can look at that.
I think he rolled down the hill, I think.
But it was good, you know. But I mean, we ran good in the race, which helped even make it better. And you would not believe the amount of people that come down out of the stands when we was right there at the winter circle or waiting to go in the winter circle with savage shirts on and bang stips, you know, those. And it was, I thought we was on MTV, man. We was up there taking pictures in the stands with people and kids.
It seems like you always win the high profile race. I had you picked. I knew Jimmy was going to be a hard guy to beat, but I knew that the way the conditions moved, because y'all had not the worst. Y'all had the worst track conditions you had seen that weekend and the worst air you had seen. So it was going to be a different ball game.
I was happy the sunshine was out.
Yes.
Yeah, I bet you were.
Mm-hmm.
I see Randy Wilkins made a good comment. He says, go to the schools and give the tickets out.
Yeah, because
the kids get the parents to go, give the kids the tickets.
I wouldn't mind going to some of the local elementary schools and doing. I know they try to do that night deal where we bring our cars and they go to the bars and things like that. It's hard for some of the teams to do that because you got to have a smaller trailer because you can't get all your rigs in there. But most schools got a pretty big parking lot. We should be able to roll that. If we don't do nothing, we just roll it out and let them come by. Take a look at it. I'd be down for that.
Yeah, for sure, and I know Gene would, and I'd probably bring 100 T-shirts with us to give out as well. But I don't know. We sold a pile of merchandise. There were so many spectators there this weekend. I think Gene sold $3,000 or something and whatever, which is not a lot of money, but for us, that's a lot of merchandise.
But
he gave away that much as well. So
hey, Jess, put up Gene Glasser's post right there. The comment. I mean, I do this. I do go. I don't get to do it every time. I do go up there and run. And you can ask some of the juniors. They see me and they do. Like when I'm standing up there, they look up at me and
Wow.
they're like,
Yeah,
"What the hell? What the hell's he doing up here?" I mean, it gives me time to look at the racetrack, and these guys, they need to know they're important. I mean, as much as I think some of us dislike junior dragster racing itself, I mean, just because it's 8:00 in the morning and they're firing up and waking us up. But I mean, they got to do what they got to do. And my kids got 2 juniors, and they're not interested in it right now. But I'm not pushing them.
Yep. And I had one for my daughter. She's a little older, and I agree with you, Fletcher.
There you go, Fletch. Yeah,
I agree with you because this race is for the kids. Fletcher does a lot as well. He did a lot. Him and Gene go in, and Fletcher didn't even race this race, and he was there all weekend, and it's a lot to do with those kids is why he's there.
Yeah, let's do that. Well, I'm sure we can get a sponsorship for like a scholarship they can give away. Like $1,000 scholarship. I'm sure Party Time can put in on that. I'm sure Gene will put in on that, and we'll get us a scholarship for these kids. Something they can use.
Yep.
And you know what, too? You know how all these big dollar bracket, I know it's probably way too much to think about right now, but when we go to these big dollar bracket races, they do the giveaway of the American dragster. They give away like a roller or not a roller. I wonder if they should do something like that, do a giveaway of a junior for, June, like the actual participants of junior dragster or the fans that come with the kids. They could put in for like a raffle or something, like a free ticket. Don't even pay for it. Just put your name in or do a cornhole tournament for the kids and give away like a junior dragster has the Briggs and Stratton motor in it or something, just to show them, like, bring the kids to the racetrack, so we appreciate them so much. That's our future.
I'll match it, Fletch. I got you.
I'll match it as well.
Yep. I'll match
Gene,
it. So,
I'm sure Gene will be in.
Yeah, so let's get up a Scotland. I mean, I don't want to get, truthfully, look, I want to give the kids cash, but I don't want to be like my kids. You give my kids cash, you're going to spend it on video games.
Yeah, you asking for it back.
Yeah, I'll be asking for it back, or candy or something like that. I want to give it to something that they can learn. Maybe a gift certificate to like a Frank Holly's driving school or something like that.
Where they can there. You see that? Oh, she done got it. But yeah, and Jimmy Taylor even says he's in on that as well. So Fletch, that's a good idea, bud.
Which one's the bot?
Somebody says send him a message or something. So
got him.
We got him. We
got you, bot.
And we're gonna zap that sucker. But all that was good, the kids. It's a huge spectator time, but at the end of the day, we had to race, and there were some bad cars there. Big ETs. I don't know if those big ETs equate to other racetracks or other conditions. So
I hope you think they do.
Well, I hope I do. I hope they do, but we'll see. We'll see.
All right. So now we've got
see you guys.
We got to finish Bristol.
Yep.
And we've got to go ahead and go out. So I saw the schedule, and it's a little interesting, a little different. Yes. So supposedly we're going to test, right, Pops? We're going to test from 3 to
Wednesday.
8.
3 to 8 on Wednesday, and then you get one hit at the track on Thursday. So
I was really hoping we just go off the trailer.
Yeah, I'd like that too, just so you know.
Yes, I did too. Buddy. I love you, but that's what I was hoping for.
You need to put that 53 tune-up in there if we're going to go off the trailer.
I wish we'd run at Bristol.
Hey, the track conditions at Bristol and then the track conditions at Yellowbullet.
Don't mess with my boosted boy now, Fletch. Me and you are buddies, but me and Ron go back too now.
He gonna put belts to ass. What he gonna do? He said.
Yeah. Look, Ron Green had a Pro Charger, and he figured out screw blowers were faster, so that's why he put us. See, y'all always want some rules, but here we go.
That's why the flathoods didn't come. The rules are so screwed up.
I know rules are messed up.
Here we go. They're worried about the daggone rules. Everybody, they must be close because we're all bitching. Everybody's bitching, so they got to be somewhat close, right? Everybody's bitching. That's what I told John Sears. He was over there.
I was told. I can't say the person's name. He's a racer. He said you know what? The rules are pretty much equal, and that was it.
Did Johnson let me say that? Johnson let me say that.
I said a racer. Nope. I said a racer told me that.
I got to tell you
Not
this
a
now.
tuner.
After the win, and everybody, we got pizzas. We done bought, my buddy, Top Sportsman guy, done brought like, I don't know, 15 pizzas over, whatever. And we had everybody over eating pizzas and drinking slushies. And here come John Sears in. And of course, we got him a little slushy with a little added extra. And we talked about a little lead penalty for some of them flathoods. I don't know how that's going to work out. We'll see how that goes. But I think, and I do think the nitrous car should just run. I don't know about all the, just let them run, whatever.
Yeah.
Steve, have you ever seen a UPS truck come in your yard pulling a UPS trailer?
Seriously? Not lately.
Well, we had one come in. I just came in. And it was pulling a trailer.
Was it?
And it didn't. And that trailer came from the same state too.
Did it have a screw bore in the back?
No.
Okay,
No.
just checking.
That's almost as. I ain't gonna say it. Never mind.
Listen, we can pick on the turbo.
I don't like Jimmy Taylor, man, because I like him.
Listen, plus 135, Bletch.
Oh boy.
Here we go. You lucky it wasn't 150, truthfully.
Halsey, hey, we talked about this. Halsey said he run pro boots, just let him go. And that's what we said. Come on. And I do. I mean, he's trying to innovate it and make it fast. And I think once he gets that car figured out, it's going to be really fast.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean,
but
I can kind of see PDRA's point on this. They don't want to get, I guess, the classes confused or whatever for the spectators. I mean, not that they wouldn't, but I mean, I don't have a problem racing with Jimmy. I don't have a problem letting Jimmy in Pro Boost, but on a technical standpoint, it probably wouldn't be the best. But I mean,
right.
Looking at Pro Nitrous now versus when Jimmy was there, I mean, you see a lot of cars that have stepped up, and maybe they stepped up because Jimmy ran fast and Tommy ran fast, and now you got Amber and Butner and all these guys. So, but I think a lot of guys used to go thinking they were racing for second and third too, because Jimmy had to really screw up, or Tommy had to really screw up. So.
Jimmy's a badass. You got to give him
a lot of guys have stepped up. Vergatz and them guys have stepped up. Billy Albert stepped up. I mean, there's a lot of cars that are running great. They're just not really consistent, but we haven't been on a really consistent racetrack other than Martin. Bristol was not that consistent of a racetrack. No. You had to be on your game.
Yep. But we'll go back to these track conditions. I want to show you a video here.
Okay.
So, all right. This is run 54, 53. This is what the kind of track conditions you got to have right here.
Oh God!
What is happening here, man?
What is wrong? You know what I'm thinking in the car? I'm just shaking my head.
It's unbelievable. All right, I got me some golf shoes.
I was just going to run over the damn
shoe. You lost your sock. And now you got the calluses off the bottom of your feet.
Randy just stopped. Randy's like, look, I don't know. Brandon's like, what the hell?
Bob, I told you I saved that video,
That's
man.
Bullshit there. Now, y'all not brought that on there. Next thing you know, you got a picture of me being naked.
No. Please, we don't need that. We will get censored then.
I know.
That's funny stuff right there.
When am I coming back to Big Dog, David? If they change the track around and get, do the upgrades like they're talking about, I'll be back. Not going to say I wasn't, but, I had my time in Big Dog and I really enjoyed it. My dad would love me to come back and race. He loves it. So it just not my time. Between doing PDRA and, different stuff like that, it just got to be too much.
Almost.
Travis said, no.
Are you in trouble, Chad? Do you need to go?
I'm getting yelled at over here by a whole bunch of friends over here.
Okay, all right. Well, if you need to go, just let us know. I mean, you're good.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I'll let you guys go. I'll let you guys hash out the rule.
Hey, wait a minute.
I'm not what?
I want to appreciate everything you've done for all the racers out there as far as selling all our stuff and doing what you're a great guy no matter what pit you're in. You travel around, you go to all these different guys' pits. I mean, you're a nitrous friend, you're a blower friend. You've been a good guy, and I really want to appreciate what you've done for boosting bullshit and me and Big Dummy here. So,
Absolutely. I appreciate you guys very much. And I'm glad, all this happened. I mean, it couldn't happen without actually, you know what? It started small with James Beeling. And then when my good friend John Slemmy stepped in, he's like, man, you're doing good at this. Let's get really serious with it and selling like the bigger stuff. And, if it wasn't for those guys, I couldn't be in a position where I am and knowing what I know with you guys and other racers. I mean, it took me 2 years to get my name out there because, I had Noonan 49s, I had Proline engines, I had cars, I had blowers and nitrous stuff. And it's like, where does this boy from Cleveland get all this stuff? And next thing you know, it's like it sky was the limit. And the biggest thing what made me successful at this is it's customer service. It doesn't matter. I mean, if something ain't right, I'm going to make it right.
Yep.
And just go up to the customer and it's like, yeah, I'm with Pilot Racing or Resolution. If I see a customer over there I sold parts for or to, I'm going to go up and, tell them thanks for, the support. Let me sell your parts and stuff like that. And so it's been great, and I appreciate every last one of you guys. I try to do the best I can to make everyone happy and that's
Can I ask
that.
you one thing?
Yeah.
You still got that party time shirt?
You knew he was going to do it.
I knew that shit was coming. I knew it.
I got a party time T-shirt and a koozie.
That's all you need. That's enough.
Yep.
That's all you need.
Great. I got to say this. Every time we won a race, Chad has a faster 60-foot than most of the blower cars. I'm telling you that right now. When that car leaves the line, I wish I had a rear view mirror so I could look back and see him chasing me.
Thanks, Chad. Appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Go enjoy yourself, man.
Next week.
See you next week.
Next week.
See you, buddy.
Okay. See ya.
Uh-oh. So I have a real question. Can Johnny Blue Moon order a Harts charger? The internet wants to know.
Johnny Blue Moon can order a Harts charger. They should be available this week, from what I've been told. You should be able to get them. Now, nobody's got them, but you should be able to get them. I think I saw online where they had the production of the 50 that they were originally doing. Nobody's put their hands on them yet, so we'll see. They're supposed to ship out tomorrow.
That's the $1 million question.
Pro Charger's also got their upgrades. So you'll be able to go to Pro Charger with your existing blower and get it upgraded. They have not let out the cost on much of that yet. They're still doing some R&D stuff. I know Dustin Hart and them guys are doing the same thing. It should be interesting the rest of the year, I would say.
I agree. The lot's going to be very interesting with the double race and coming off Yellowbullet. I mean, obviously we're very, very happy with what John put that deal together, and we hauled ass there. And 54 and 53 for us was unbelievable. Probably the record for the screw blower, but I don't think those conditions can be matched.
Will it make the same horsepower as the new ones they are coming out with? I'm sure they have a newer cheated. I don't know, Fletch. I'd say the centrifugal world's been flipped upside down since Martin. I mean, nobody really knows what it is until you get side-by-side comparisons on a lot of these things. I mean, I think Randy struggled with his car at Bristol. So,
he brought the new one? Is he bringing the new one out?
No, I think he said he's going to wait till Winter Series.
He told me he's coming to Galot with it.
That's what I hope he does. I hope he brings it out there. I really do.
I hope so too. So the rules can whatever. I don't want to talk about the rules because I don't know nothing about them, and I don't want to do their job because they're going to get an ass chewing from whoever. So
yeah. Well, Randy ran the best run he could run at US 131 in the finals, and Ty run the best run he probably could run with a screw. So that was dead even. And so right now I'm kind of like everybody else. I think the rules are somewhere pretty close.
I think they're definitely close. I mean, you know, I don't want to see weight be put on a lot of these guys. I don't want to catch any more weight either because weight's getting harder to put in different places. If they need to do anything, I mean, whatever, take weight off this combo, put weight on that combo, whatever they need to do. I'd like to see a little weight come off so we can kind of stay where we're at. I think 2,700 pounds for any combo is too much.
That's a lot.
I know that's a fast combo, and that's what you got to do to slow it down. But keep piling on weight on these cars. We learned it in 632. You get to take a 632 car, which you take in a Pro Nitrous car. You put in a steel block 632 in it, and then you got to put 200 pounds in there, man. It just ain't nobody wadded these things up at 223 mile an hour at 2,700 pounds, and it's going to be ugly.
Correct. And another thing is, I'm sure those guys are looking. They're using the runs we did. They're looking at the runs Jimmy did. Mountain Man, he ran 50s.
Yeah,
there with the nitrous deal, and so did Keith. Went 60 or 61. So they're looking at that, but that's Brandon's group compared to Pro Nitrous. So their combo's completely different on the nitrous side. And then the Hearts guys, I heard John. I mean, everyone's looking at the back splits, the early splits. I mean, everybody's taking all that into consideration too on the rules. So where does it go from there? Who knows?
I don't know. And I don't think you can tell. What do you think, Pops?
I don't think you can tell. I think right now, I know John's on here, but if John Sears started writing rules for the Winter Series just because of what he's seen last race or two, or what he might say the next couple of races, I think it'd be premature. Truthfully, it goes back to you got one or two teams that's always going to stand out with whatever combo they got. And then you're going to have some teams that's probably got the same amount of funding, but just don't get there. And so it goes back to you can't penalize a guy because he's working harder, or maybe he has a little better luck, or maybe his car just liked that track better. And so that's why I think the rules are somewhat close. Yeah, do I think centrifugal chargers are faster than screws? No, I don't. Will they be 6 months from now? I don't know. But at the end of the day, I don't think you just start writing a bunch of rules. I think the rules are really close, and we proved that over the last year. And I'm sure John and them and Vinny with PDRA and Rick Moore with the IHRA and Keith Haney and their group. I think they just need to sit back and watch for a little while, because I think it'd be premature to start jumping on the bandwagon with weight coming off or weight going on.
And I think every time somebody comes out with a new combo, Mickey came out with a turbo combo, which had kind of went to sleep for a little while. We knew it was fast, and he was really fast. So then I think we kind of waited on that deal because we wasn't sure if it was just a luck of the draw kind of thing. I don't think you can base anything on Yellowbullet. I think Yellowbullet's its own entity. I mean, I
agree.
I agree.
It's its own deal. Were we a little preemptive on the turbo cars as far as putting weight on them and taking this and taking that on them? Maybe a little bit, but he was still fast. Every time we made a rule change, he still was right there. So,
they changed turbos though.
I know they did, but until you get a part numbered out of the box turbo and quit, you want to talk about cheated up blowers. I know they can cheat up some of these turbos. So. Yeah. And just like screws, I know there's things they can do to screws. If you take an out-of-the-box screw, it's going to be fast, but it might not be as fast as, say, if Totoro got a hold of it and did his magic on it, or Salemi did, or whoever. We say all that in roots blowers,
the roots definitely, for sure.
Yeah, so.
The roots is a trick of the week.
So we come out, we're going to get that one hit. I don't agree with you want to make a test hit after – let's say me and you run and one of us wins or loses. If we want to make another test hit, we got to pay $100. I don't think I feel like if you pay to test on Wednesday, you should be able to test on Thursday.
I agree with that as well.
I agree with that. I've heard a lot of racers complain about it.
Yeah, I mean, that $100 deal, it just feels like you're nickel and diming to death. I get it. I mean, you're trying to make money at this too, but at the end of the day, what's that $100 going to really do to PDRA if you get 10 guys? That $1,000 is going to make that big a difference. Not charging would probably make. Now, listen, I'm not saying you get a free shot. I'm saying if you pay to test on Wednesday and the guys in the race, let's say I don't want to test on Wednesday. I want to make my one hit on Thursday, right? Then me and you run. then yes, you should get charged for testing if I want to test again if I lost. Okay. But if you pay on Wednesday, then you should be able to get your other 2 runs the next day. Because I really don't think we're going to be able to get about 2 runs in a 5-hour span.
Right. I agree.
Get a shower or something.
Well, yeah, I mean,
and they got 11 o'clock curfew.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're gonna, if they get 2 rounds in, because everyone's going to be there trying to make a rip, for sure. It's going to be pretty.
There's 8 cars left in each class, other than some of the sportsman guys, right? I think most of the sportsman cars, I don't know what they're down to, but
no, they're one round, most of them.
So there's still 30 some
left.
The
bracket, so there won't be a bracket deal.
Okay, but you still got juniors, you still got elite, you got pro. Let's see, you got elite, and then you got the regular top sportsman, you got the regular top dragster. So I mean, you got pro street, super street. There's a lot of classes still left that still got 8 to 16 to 30 cars left in them.
Yep. And it's going to be interesting how this deal plays out. Hopefully the weather doesn't get involved. And
I don't think so. It's been very nice here for the last 2 weeks. So I'm sure next week it'll be terrible.
Right.
What about this weekend, changing the subject? You got IHRA at Hebron. You got Keith Haney's Midwest and US 131. Yep. Rockinham's got a local race on Friday night. It's a lot of racing going on even before we get to the PDRA race, and I don't like leaving those guys out. I mean, IHRA stepped up to the pump, trying to do a great job. Keith Haney's working his buns off, trying to make things happen out there, and local guy goes to Rockingham. Hey, I want Rockingham to come out on the good side of that deal. So I think we ought to bring some of that up.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the thing. There's a lot of places to race, Jason. There's a lot of places to race, and I think that's why some of the even Yellowbullet, we had 14 cars in Pro Mod.
Right. And you got Big Jake's race down in XRP this weekend. So most of your radials and your time guys are going down there. I mean, your 275 guys. It's spread out pretty thin this weekend. I think you're going to see some car count. I'm hoping maybe IHRA will catch some of the NHRA guys. Maybe they stayed up there and they'll just travel over. Somebody's pro mod wise is going to suffer. I'd say, it's probably not going to be one or the other. I think you're going to see probably half fields in both. I think you'll probably have 20 at each.
Well, let's just this time of the year. Next year, you got the whole winter to plan your schedule, and if you need to jump around a little bit, you can. But right now, it's all crammed in here toward the end of the season. And so somebody's going to get hurt. There's not going to be a full house at every racetrack in the next 3 or 4 weeks.
I figured 10 cars at Rockingham. A lot of local guys are going to stay around there. I was going to make the trip to IHRA, but when they moved Galat back, it would just be hard for me to do, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, travel home Sunday, Monday, and be ready by Wednesday. It would be too much on me.
And if you hurt a motor or something up there, that's a lot to get.
Believe me, my dad's not happy about it. He wants to go chase that money, but eventually you got to use your head. He don't have to do nothing but stand there with his arms crossed like that and point his finger.
And I was shit right there. What do you do, Bob, if he puts a motor in?
Don't touch anything. Don't touch anything. No.
When have we put a motor in?
That's my point.
Shut up, Dave.
You jumped right into that one. You jumped right into that one.
Knock on that damn wood behind you.
I don't drink tea, so I don't drink beer, so I got
knock on it. But I mean,
next year you won't have that problem, though, because I think over the winter, I think people kind of pick and choose where they want to race, where it works for them, their budget, for the kind of racing they want to do, whether it be PDRA, IHRA, Midwest, NHRA, wherever.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
Mods thin.
I just hope they use their head when they do these schedules, because NHRA's out, so they can go ahead and take a look at that. IHRA's out, so then go ahead and look at that. PDRA's got to make some track changes, I'm sure, and look at these dates and that date and try to make some moves. But all in all, we should have a pretty good year next year coming up. we're always going to have local racing here. Pro Mods at the Rock, Big Dog's always going to have some stuff around. So we're always going to have some local racing in the Carolinas that we can hit. You know, a lot of guys don't race the bigger series, and they only hit the first two the Galots and then the Virginia ones that race local here, and they can hit that, like Jamie Chappell and different guys that don't want to travel the circuit. But you know, IHRA's done its deal. You're gonna have the Winter Series. We've got a lot of racing tuned up for this year.
That's the thing. I think people are gonna regionally pick where they're gonna race at. They may not travel as far if they stay in their area. You know,
I'm hoping IHRA will put a drop deal where you can drop too, because they've got a lot of races.
Right.
Yeah.
Back in the old days, you could do that. You could back in the IHRA days, back when I ran the 80s, 90s, you could drop two. And Josh Peak knows that because his dad was working back then. He probably wasn't born in 1980, but
Jimmy Taylor wants to know if I'm coming. It's just because he wants to have a twin to his car sitting there.
There'd be two blue cars up there, one pop banging and doing whatever they do.
Might paint that car red.
You never know. You never know what's going to happen in the party time. I'm not going to say yes or no because you never know, dude. I've got a Disney trip coming up. I plan with my kids. I got a lot of stuff going on. My daughter's she already started high school, so she starts basketball this week, and she's got a lot going on. My son's doing karate and doing this and doing that. So trying to pay the papa role, keep my dad happy, keep my wife happy, keep my kids happy, and still kind of race. So
amen on that. That's a tough juggle right there, right? And a lot of guys won't understand that.
I'm blessed to have a supportive family. My father, he's been behind me since day one. He kind of forced me into this, whether he wants to admit it or not. But Daddy started racing in the 80s, and I was born in 80, and I have been at a racetrack since the day I was born. Don't know nothing else.
Yep. You guys do it all. You do it all for sure. And you've been doing it forever. So
yep,
that's a tough deal. And we'll see how, like somebody said, the old man's on tonight.
Yeah. The reason I brought up those other tracks too, or these other organizations, I don't like to see anybody, including myself, start beating up organizations about certain things, whether it be PDRA, which, that's where my heart's at right there. And then IHRA, I've run IHRA my whole life. Started back in 1979, I guess it was. I've run NHRA. I've actually run one of Keith's races, but I want to see everybody succeed. But beating up on them for what they're doing or what they're paying or how they're paying it or how they're running the event is not going to help us at all. It's not going to help the spectators. It's not going to help the racer. Mm-hmm. So we got to find solutions if there's problems. And back to what y'all was talking about, helping the juniors and all, that's a great idea. But at the end of the day, I think all these organizations, NHRA is not going to take your help probably, and who cares? But these other organizations would take any constructive criticism that help make their program better, and go from there. I mean, the bottom line is it ain't all about the money, which I love that money because we got to have money to keep getting to these tracks and go to these races, and we all want to run for big money. But it's also about having a good time. A good example of that, and I'm not, I guess I am, but what's the biggest thing you heard with IHRA in the last 60 days? The biggest one thing that come out of that whole deal?
The payout?
The food?
4 bags of ice.
Oh, 4 bags of ice, yeah.
Four bags of ice.
I'm serious. I don't care where you go. They ain't talking about $50,000 to win in Pro Mod. They're talking about Darrell Cutler coming around with 4 bags of ice. So sometimes it's not the big things that count, it's the little things. Yep. And I think every organization, and every racer, including myself, forget that sometimes.
Yep. Lee White's even watching tonight, And
yep.
And I agree. I don't want to put any organization down. I want to see them all succeed, but I hate that. I guess
if you do something wrong, though, I'm going to call you out on it. I mean, there's some things that are just. I mean, just like the parking situation. Tyler knew the parking situation was bad at Maryland. He knew it was going to be bad at Bristol. He made adjustments. He made it good. It was great.
Yep.
The point I was trying to make about the ice, wasn't really giving IHRA props, but it was just making a point that it's the little things sometimes that mean a lot.
My thing is, are they? Of course, they throw their schedule out there early, I guess, to take over. Hey, that we're going to do it here, here, and here, right?
Well, they own those tracks, so that's the reason, I guess.
Right.
$500 entry is a big deal too, but the guy can afford to lose it. Yeah, it is a big deal. I mean,
sustainability. That's the big question, I think, in the industry. Can he sustain that? I mean, or will he sustain it, or he'll get bored and walk away? I think that's what the back of everyone's mind.
That's the part I'm trying to guard against right there. That's a prime example I just said a minute ago. Mm-hmm. We don't need to worry about that.
Right.
The man is put that thing. It's like having a birthday party this weekend, and you start worrying tonight about how many people's going to show up at the birthday party. Don't worry about it. Go yourself.
Yeah,
everybody else got to worry about it.
Most people in life worry about things, Pops. You don't ever worry about anything.
I sit around and worry every day.
No, you don't.
I know what makes drag racing tick, and I'm going to tell you, it's a ticking time bomb.
It does. It is right now. It's very volatile because you got one man who's bought up half the country and is doing this, and if he doesn't succeed, we're all screwed. So we need to support him. Even PDRA needs to support what's going on in other organizations, Midwest, IHRA, wherever, because if they fall flat, it's going to be hard for any of us to pick up the pieces and keep getting it. We got $1 million race rigs that'll be worthless.
I've been hearing that. I'm 72 years old, and I've been hearing that since I was younger than you. Oh, if this happened, IHRA has been sold and bought, and Josh is on here. He'll say the same thing. It's been sold and bought so many times. I'm telling you, it's been sold and bought more than I've had a pair of shoes. I'm not kidding you. I remember when Prolong owned it, RG owned it, Carlton Phillips owned it. Oh my God, it goes back forever and ever and ever. But guess what? They're still there. So you're going to have bumps and bruises. PDRA is going to have their bumps and bruises. NHRA's definitely got their bumps and bruises.
They do.
It's not going away. It
just worries me. This is what worries me about it. And if he forces the issue to the point that, say, PDRA says, you know what, if a lot of racers bail and they're whatever, I'm just saying, if Tommy says, you know what, screw this, I'm not going to keep funding this deal, I'm out. And then that organization's gone. And if he says the same and his organization's gone, and then you have the one man for the pro mod thing besides your local scene, and then he just says, you know what, I've had enough of this, I'm out. So then where do you go from there? That's the $1 million. We hope that don't happen, right? Right, I agree.
All right, let me ask you this: What if Haney had bought 5 tracks in the last 6 months to a year? Would we be saying the same thing? Because we know Keith Haney, and I don't know Darrell Cuttle that good. Just know who he is.
I would think that we know Keith Haney. We would think, what the hell's wrong with him? I mean, we would just be like, okay, well, somebody's got to be, there's a double-edged sword to it. And we just got to know as racers and as promoters that we've got to stick behind who we can stick behind and do the best we can. You got to watch yourself financially, and you got to make the best call for your program.
Yep.
The one thing you mentioned a minute ago was the entry fees. And that entry fee to a lot of race teams means a lot. I don't care which organization's charging what. I mean, obviously, the more you got to pay, the harder it is. And like your team, Steve, you probably what to get in Bristol. I expect you spent $3,500 to get in Bristol.
Yeah, it was in that range.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. It's tough.
Yeah. That's hard. That is. I will say that the entry fee is tough because you figure it's 8 races and you figure the average guy spending $1,000. Average guy. Now Steve's above average. I'm a little bit above average. Somebody like Randy Weatherford's above average, but most of you guys are going to be in the $700 to $1,200 range. So we'll say average $1,000. That's $8,000 a year you got to come up with that the average guys. And we got all these big rigs, we got all this fancy stuff, but some of us don't. Some of us don't have. We've got to look at $8,000 a year is a different ball game. I mean, that's a set of pistons for Steve all year. Who knows?
At least sometimes.
And you're being generous at $1,000.
That's what I'm saying. Average. I'm saying average because you're
average is more than that.
Well, I'm saying top category. No, I'm talking about across the board.
I am too.
But I'm saying top sportsman guys are going to spend between $600 and $700.
No, I said pro. I agree.
know pro guys, but I'm talking across the board because if PDRA or IHRA had to rely on the pros, they're going to go broke. I mean,
yep. And Rob Honeycutt, he said the same thing. Sometimes the grass is greener, and sometimes it's not. So time will tell.
Sometimes the grass is greener and it tastes like shit. But
it's true. And
I think Pop's froze. Look at him. He's froze. He's done. We're done anyway because we didn't win an hour. So
yeah, he looks like he's stuck on the racetrack with his feet.
I agree with you, Tony. It is. So I told you guys it was dangerous bringing Pops on here. We've kept it. Me and him normally can go at it. If anybody's parked next to us long enough, they know.
You get that argument. He looked like he might have took his medication. He just
look at that. I got to get on my mom. That painting behind him, it literally looks like he's in a rest home. I got to go back. I got to give Jim Halsey and Monty Meekow. Absolutely.
Meekow, I always give him shit about that, but the Yellowbullets was off the chain. That place
I watched every single second of it. So
yeah, it was huge. That place was packed you couldn't. I don't know if you get in at 9 o'clock in the morning. There was a mile-long line trying to get in that thing, and you know what? John Slummy made my shit fast. And we set the record. We're tickled pink. We won the race. And Jimmy Taylor, he set the world on fire, running 2:23 every run. And my Lord, was it great? And
I think I think you did a great job. Congratulations. Don't expect that at Galat because it's not going to happen. So
I'm hoping it carries over, buddy. I'm hoping it carries over because Galat's going to be a big race for everyone. In PDRA,
he didn't charge his computer up; it went dead. You should have heard the 30-minute conversation. He was cussing my mom out about the email because email wasn't working, and then hers wasn't working, and this and that, and blah, blah, blah. I just said, Jesus Christ, just somebody's work. So, I think we need to put a shout out to everybody who's paid attention to Boosting Bullshit. I think that last show was one of our biggest shows ever. We had a lot of shit talking on there. Vic and Keith, Jimmy and Vic came out victorious on the little grudge race.
Yes, he did.
So
Keith ran well. Keith ran really, really well.
He did. He really did. I think Vic ran good. I mean, I don't think all the cars made great hits, but I'd say at least of most of the cars, they all made at least one or two great hits.
Yes.
I don't understand the 9 o'clock run. I mean, maybe that's a Yellowbullet thing. I'd like to see maybe like we do, like a 5, 7, 10, whatever you got to do.
Yep. I hope not, Travis. I hope not. Hey, I got one more thing I got to put out here.
Okay.
Before we get off, you got to go to No Limits Drag Racing.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I saw it.
The new Savage on the game, dude. It kind of coincided with the win, which was really coincidental, but it's actually the perfect time for those guys to throw that thing out there and go buy you a Savage and go out there and beat up on all the pro mods.
I like that. Look how realistic they could make that thing. They even got your beady little eyes in there, I think.
They do. It has every detail of the car. It's pretty unbelievable what they do. And
they do, yeah.
Game. I'm going to be getting on there. I'm going to be beating on some people's asses on that thing now. I'm telling you.
Yeah. My son will be begging the shit out of me to buy. And I'm not letting him buy no Savage. We're going to have to figure something out here.
He done got the bang sticks. We done sent him koozies. We got everything. We're getting him on board.
That's fine. At least he's pulling for somebody because he don't pull for me. So.
Oh, he does. That man bleeds blue.
Oh,
it's party time.
Yeah. So party time's got some big announcements coming up after Virginia. So we're gonna have to wait a little while, month or so, before we got some big announcements coming up. But go check out No Limit Drag Racing. Check out Pilot Racing.
Yep.
Their Facebook page. Check out Party Time Racing. You can check out all their stuff. I will be at Rockingham doing some testing. So we're going to use it as a test race kind of thing this weekend. So Jay Promotional will not be there. He'll be at IHRA. He's doing the announcing there. So probably won't be any live streaming, but we'll keep you informed on our pages. Again, thanks EDITZ, Jess, for all what she does for this Boosting Bullshit episode 15.
For sure. They got to download it. Hey, to get that No Limits drag race now, they got to go on there and download the shit, right? Get it on there. Look, here he comes back.
Look,
I'm back.
we're done now, Pops. We're about to leave.
Wait, I got one thing I want to show Steve.
Well, there's my mom. Mama, you got to plug the computer up.
Hey, I know what you was doing. I know what happened. You was downloading the No Limits drag race game so you could play the Savage on there. Don't tell me you ain't. I know what you're doing.
I want to show you something.
All right,
Are you looking? Can you see that pretty good?
Look, who's that young man?
What does it say? What's that word? The Dominator. Is that, you know him?
He looks awful different there. He looks kind of young.
That's the way
I've aged.
down there at Galot, when he comes back up Turn Road, that's the way he's gonna look.
I'll look like
Steve,
that no matter what happens.
Yeah, I like
I love
that. I know you do, buddy. We can talk shit all day long, and we're gonna go down there and
I bought
roll
a
the dice and
scooter
see what
today.
happens.
You bought a
I
scooter?
got a new scooter,
Did you?
just like you had. And on
All
the
right.
bottom it says, "Thanks, Steve."
Thanks to Steve. Hey, it's all good. We're gonna come
Nice
down to
to
the
see
Galot.
you,
We're not
Chip.
coming to Galot unloaded. We're coming there to. I mean, that's our whole season. That round. I know you don't think so. You guys are a couple rounds ahead of us. 2 rounds, I think, in the points. So that one round is, as far as we're concerned, is our whole season. So.
Well, God,
Yeah,
don't
we're
put
gonna
that
be
much
ours
damn
too.
pressure on it. Damn.
Well, it is. I mean, if we want to win the championship, we gotta make it happen there, you know. And it's pretty. We got 2 races one weekend, and after that, there's 1 race left. So
I know.
that weekend is
It's gonna come down to the last race.
for probably 2 or 3 cars. Yes, I agree. I think
Always
this
will.
race at Galot is gonna separate some of the cars there in that top 6.
Being somebody that's been in that position, going into the last race with that much on you is tough. It wears on you. It makes you old. That's why that picture I looked a lot younger. I won that thing two races before it was over with. I won that.
It'll be a
challenge.
barn burner. It's gonna be a barn burner. It ain't no
Yep.
doubt. We're gonna go out there and let them rip, and then the boost and bullshit show will be what it'll be. Somebody's gonna be the boost, and somebody's gonna be the bullshit.
I think John said they had a Disney trip planned that week. I don't think he's gonna be there.
I can tell you, John would be there if he had the handcuffs and lost the arm. He'd still be there. I'm sure of it.
All right, guys. Well, appreciate everybody coming on. Congrats, Steve, on your win at Yellowbullet.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Congrats to Halsley and Monty for another successful race. We got a lot of racing coming up in the next month. We're going to try to hit some more boosting bullshit. Pops, thanks for coming on. You didn't talk as much as I thought you would, so that's good.
Well,
You only
I want
froze
to get
once.
wound up, but I don't want to get banned from all these racetracks from now the rest of the year.
I was
Well-
really expecting more.
Yeah, he's not a limelighter.
I was expecting a little more, Bob. I really was.
Well,
Please don't.
Well, let's
At
stay on here
least-
another hour. I got stuff in the back of my mind.
At least plug the damn computer up.
Well,
Yeah.
I thought your mama had it plugged up.
I did.
She did. It just come unplugged.
He unplugged it.
I agree with that.
That's real shit right there, because Bob don't have a clue how to plug it up.
I ain't got a clue. I'm running around here. She's downstairs. I'm hollering, "Get up here. The damn power's cut off." And she said, "Well, cut it
Thank you,
off."
Lee.
I said, "How?"
Hey,
All right.
I was just the lucky one to drive, Lee. I just let off the button. John Salemi does that whole deal. And you know what? He went out there. We ripped off some big numbers, and we're happy. And hopefully we can carry that over. So we'll see what happens. So
You got it. And David,
All right.
we have all right, buddy. So
Hey,
we'll
coming up, the next race, live feed
be at the track.
at the track. We got the one and only Mr. Scotty Cannon.
Oh, that's right. I
Oh,
forgot
yeah,
about
he's got
that.
plenty to say. I promise.
Yep. I'm sure he's going to have a lot to say. So tune in there. As long as we don't test late on Thursday, and whatever we're doing on Thursday after that race. So hopefully we get on time. So tune in.
I hope
That's going to be an interesting one.
I hope I'm holding a big old trophy.
Yep. Me
So-
too. Hopefully
Oh, yeah.
hopefully you're still testing and I'm holding a trophy. But you know how that goes. It's going to be big. So
All right,
no
guys.
limits
well,
drag racing.
go
go buy
buy
a Savage.
you a Savage. Go pay $9.99. Buy a Savage. Maybe you'll win because
Bob's going to get Mama to download that tonight. I can already tell by the look on his face.
Exactly.
Oh, she had her computer here. Another one brought up here. I saw it. I saw
Okay,
it.
that's good.
She had to
Bye,
clean.
Mom.
Kind of threw up on it, but she got it cleaned off.
God almighty. All right, we got to go. We've been on 15 minutes extra. We'll see you
We're out,
guys.
boys. See you at
Appreciate
Galot,
it.
guys.
Yep.
Holla.
So,